Hello everyone, I am Dr. Eric Morrison. This is 7 Under 3, and I'll be covering trading education, more specifically Forex swing trading, using the TC2000 platform. Hello, this is the Forex Week in Review on the 17th of September. I'm going to start off with the Aussie dollar, Canadian dollar. Looks like we had a continuation of the previous week. So this was a 1, 2, 3 punch out here, and then the continues, no further trade the rest of the week. Aussie dollar, Swiss franc, we had no trade here, initial trade here with an out, another trade here with a loss, and then a 1, 2, 3 punch out. Aussie dollar, Japanese yen, no trade here. Heikin-Ashi not in agreement, and then we had a 1, 2, 3, and a little bit more than break even post dinner for 2, and no further trade the rest of the week. Aussie dollar to New Zealand dollar, no trade here, no trade above the RL10, initial trade here below the RL10, out for a loss here, and no further trade the rest of the week. Aussie dollar US dollar, no trade here, was not in agreement, and then we had a 1, 2 out on Friday for a nice gain. Canadian dollar Swiss franc had initial trade here on Monday, out for a loss on this day, then another trade here, and then out at the 200 for a 1, 2, 3, and hits the target at the 200. Canadian dollar, Japanese yen, no trade here, initial trade here, out for a loss, comes down, no trade here, no trade here, no trade here, and no trade for the rest of the week. So Swiss franc, Japanese yen, no trade here, initial trade here, out at the 200, another trade here, and out at the Z3 for a nice 1, 2, 3. So if you ladder this down to the 200, and then another trade here at this point, and out at the Z3 on the Heikin-Ashi, it's a good overall trade for Swiss franc, Japanese yen. Euro Aussie dollar, no trade here, no trade here. Sorry, initial trade here for a nice 1, 2, 3 punch out. Euro Canadian dollar, kind of choppy over here at the 200. No trade here, initial trade here for the 200, hits the 200, 200 for a nice gain. No trade, initial trade here for another out at the 200 for 2 small gains on this one, and then no further trade the rest of the week. Euro British pound, this was from the previous week, so no trade. Initial trade here, out for a loss here, no trade above the Heikin-Ashi, and no further trade the rest of the week. Euro Japanese yen, no trade here, Heikin-Ashi not in agreement, come back for a nice 1, 2, 3 punch out at the RL90. Nice good target here for this action. No further trade the rest of the week. Euro New Zealand dollar, very choppy. An initial trade here, out for a loss, and then a nice 1, 2 out on Friday. Euro US dollar, no trade here, Heikin-Ashi not in agreement, not in agreement, not in agreement, and then a 1, 2 out for Friday. Nice gainer on Euro US dollar. British pound, Aussie dollar, kind of a week long overall. So once we get from this previous week, so no trade the week, but just look at that week long that's coming here. So they're just trying to figure out whether or not it wants to do another bounce to the upside or come back down. In order for it to get to a collapsing dragon, it has to get to the base of this dragon here on the Bollinger Band. And so when you're thinking about when to go short on this particular one, this has to kind of reach around, the dragon has to reach around and kind of come back down through the base of the dragon here, the belly of the dragon. British pound, Canadian dollar, no trade, not an agreement, no trade, initial trade here, another trade here, and then out for a loss here on British pound, Canadian dollar. No further trade the rest of the week. British pound, Swiss franc, no trade here, but initial trade here, and then out for a loss here on this trade, no trade, not an agreement, and then a nice 1, 2, close out the week. British pound, Japanese yen, looks like a collapse here around the middle of the week, and this could be because of the economic news that was posted on inflation. So we got initial trade here, out for a loss here, initial trade here, another trade here, and then out for a loss here on this trade. No further trade the rest of the week. British pound, New Zealand dollar, that was from the previous week. We had 2 trades here, then it came and stopped us out here on this trade, and then initial trade here out at the 200. British pound, US dollar, very choppy again. All of this plays at the 200. So a lot of stop hunting here at the 200 by the big banks. Just kind of playing with retail traders on this one. Sunday we had an initial trade here, out for a loss. This came all the way down and then hit. You went in for another long and then hits the 200 for a nice gainer here. No trade here on this particular account, no trade. And then a nice 1-2 hits out at the RL90. Zealand Canadian dollar, a little bit more action to the downside. This was Friday, so initial setup here, nice 1-2, and then for a small loss here, another 1-2, and then out for a loss on Friday. Zealand Swiss franc, very choppy type of action here. No trade here, initial trade here, out for a major loss here on the middle here, and then a nice 1-2-3, close out the week. Zealand Japanese yen, on Monday, I couldn't tell whether or not it was above the Heikin Ashi at this point. I did not take this long, which was a good thing. Then comes back, hits the 200 for a nice 1-2 out, and no further trade the rest of the week. Now, if you did this nice 1-2 and then you took another trade here for a nice 1-2, that's a nice double on the 1-2-3. Zealand US dollar, no trade here, no trade here below, red Heikin Ashi, no trade here, Heikin Ashi above. This is also red, and then the 1-2 here, close out the week. US Canadian dollar, very choppy at the beginning here too as well. No trade here, initial trade here, out for a loss, another trade here, out for a loss, and no further trade the rest. US dollar Swiss franc, kind of a nice punch up to the upside. No trade all the way till Monday. Initial trade here, out for a loss. No trade, no trade. No trade here because we were past the Z3, even though it had this really large gain here, which signifies some significant price action for the Swiss franc. So any of the Swiss franc pairs had this major up gain here for price action. US dollar Japanese yen, initial trade here, out for a loss. Another trade here, hits the Z3 for a 1-2 out and comes back, and no further trade the rest of the week. If you take a look at gold, gold did some major price action to the downside, and what we had is a delay kind of in our collapsing dragon. So it didn't go winter, spring, and then back to winter. It just kind of winter, summer, fall, then winter again. But as soon as it kind of turned over and all that, price started accelerating to the downside. Same thing with gold. Just kind of had this kind of head and shoulder as far as the season pattern goes. Now, the belly of the dragon on this side has not gone past this one, so we don't know if this is going to continue to be a collapsing dragon or a potential setup for a W. This would be more strong price action to the upside. But this signified some severe exhaustion here at this point, so we'll see if it continues to go to the downside. Well, folks, that's all I have for the Forex Week in Review. We're currently conducting a Forex boot camp and a Forex intermediate course. If you're interested, click on the link below. We're also doing a Forex programming course for auto programming. If you're interested, click on that link below. And remember, ruthless risk management. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you on Sunday. Well, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button below and the subscribe button. And if you want more information on TC2000, I have an affiliate link below. If you open up a TC2000 account, you will receive a $25 discount using that link. Thank you for your time.